I just posted this on my Substack, and I want to thank Rob Glenn for helping me work through this a little bit. He had some really good notes, and I incorporated a huge chunk of them. And then I posted it on here to kind of like, crowdsource a response from folks. So it's just halsparks.substack.com, and that'll take you to the page or whatever. And it's free to sign up and all that kind of stuff. But I drafted this piece of legislation. I've been working on it for a little while. And like I said, he broadened a couple of these things. But I believe this type of legislation, while it may not have any hope of passing in the House, although I have my thoughts about that. I'm a little more hopeful than I might even let on, that at least in the performative nature of free speech and all that shit and anti-big tech that might be going around, there might be a window even in this Congress to get this through. But we shall see what we shall see. At the very least, on the state level, I think it does have some teeth, and it shouldn't be that difficult, I would think, to have some similar set of legislation in the same way that Utah can outlaw porn or porn sites or stuff like that. Then you should also be able to outlaw fake sites or fake accounts or any of that stuff. So I drafted this legislation. I've been tinkering at it for a little while. I've been trying to run it up against, see if it's got any holes in it that I can see, any loopholes that could be created by it. And so I decided that after I think I've covered most of those bases, putting it up there so people could give notes on it as well, or quite frankly, cut and paste it and share it with their congressional representative or their state or what have you. So I popped that up on there. Feel free to have a look. I did not make it behind a paywall because I'm a mensch and because I actually believe in what I'm fucking doing. So if you want to support and subscribe, and I don't even know what I would put behind a paywall on my Substack. You know how I am. I'm an open book with you guys. So if you want to subscribe that way, it's up to you, but you don't have to. You can do it for free. And because I think this has value, and I would like you to share it about. Yeah. So there you go. So I created this. I also I'm working on a post right now on that sort of explains the current anti-immigrant stuff and its alignment with the technological changes in the 40s and 50s. Oh yeah. Thank you so much, CSL. Yeah, that's exactly. Is that the? Hold on. Probably got to watch for that earlier. Dr. Marshall has exert some caution with bird flu. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, this is super fucking telling. Great. So, anyways, that right out of the gate, today's show is brought to you by you, I guess. So, if you want to support the work, please do. If you can't or whatever, it doesn't matter. The work needs to go on regardless. So, share this Substack out or just fucking, I don't care. Cut and paste the text of the document and claim it as your very own. Pretend you wrote it. I give a shit. The important thing is that if it can be passed in any state, it can be passed in every state. And therefore, we all need to do that from all. Did you get AI to help you write it? In some places, yes, I had it check against California law. That's the only thing I did. I got the structural framework for the bill from like a website that says how to write a bill. And I've had that for a while. And so I used the outline in Pages, in Apple Pages, just to write it out. And then I would do a draft of a piece of it. And then I would go, is this languaging good enough or whatever? And then it would go, you might want to, you might not want to. And so it filled out, parts of it, trying to find holes in what I had seen. Right. So it was a mix of those things. Right. California ballot referendum. I wouldn't see it as a ballot referendum. I think it should be just a straight up piece of past legislation. If it doesn't go that way, then I think a ballot referendum would be a great way to go because it wouldn't really cost anything. It would be one of those digital things. So if it fails to make its way through, I think the normal order of things, getting a ballot referendum might be the way to do it. And that will be my fallback position if you can't just get it in as a piece of regular legislation. So anyways, that's me. So I put that on my Substack. Take a look, if you will, if you want, if you don't, and such as that. And let's say hi to the chat room real quick. Welcome to the show. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Good morning, good day, and good afternoon. I hope you're having a lovely time. It's very rainy here, chat room in Las Vegas. It's also, there's one of those atmospheric rivers that's it split off into an atmospheric creek, I guess, and headed our way. And today was the day I was supposed to go out and open up the panel that they added to our solar system and set up all the technical things that link it to the home kit stuff that I have in the house. I was nerding today. I was going to nerd this afternoon, and I had to find another way to nerd. So I've been nerding a lot. So I couldn't do that today because I just don't think it's a good idea when it's raining to stand in a puddle and work on electric things outside. I don't know why I would. So there you go. That said, let's see. I want to throw this in here. See if we can open up this. All right. You know, I think if I'm, how do we phrase this? Let's say, okay, if I was looking for a mission statement phrase that would explain the current Republican, majority in the House and the Senate, and certainly in the White House, the nice version of it would be, you're on your own, assholes. But I think in some ways it should just be like, fuck you, America. Half of you have overstayed your welcome. That seems to be the plan. And I'll show you what I mean. So why are egg prices so high? Is it because of oil prices? Because we stopped a Canadian pipeline? No. Is it because of money printer go burr? Because we printed too much fucking money during the blah, blah, blah. Right. No, it's not. Not at all. My volume is fluctuating. Check. It seems to be, maybe is there a compressor on this vocal? That's messing it ain't. All right, maybe if I turn this off. I apologize if the audio gets weird in the middle of this. Hopefully it's not too hot. Too hot, lady. Let me know. Mic check. 1, 2. Check. Because I think there was I don't know why the limiter would be on this friggin' thing or where it would come from, but I think we're all right. I'm going to bring this down a touch. And then hopefully, check. There you go. That seems to be very hot. Okay. Something like that? Hopefully. All right. Fingers crossed. Let me know. In the meantime, if I may, Mike was fine. Oh, all right. Yeah. I mean, apparently on one of the sites, it's having an issue. I don't know. Maybe it goes through it. Maybe it's a restream thing. Maybe some sites just are messing with me because they don't like what I have to say. I'm being shut down by the derp state. All right. Can't be the deep state because I am the deep state. You're welcome. Anyways, so let me show you this. Crazy lady and eggs. Americans, this is on Fox. Americans must exert some caution amid bird flu, rheumatologist says. Now, a rheumatologist. I'm going to guess that this lady would qualify in the current vernacular as, what's the word? Expert. As an expert on eggs. She's an eggspert. Ew, sorry, that's wrong. She's an expert on egg spurt. No, she, I think it's fascinating that now Fox is like, listen to your experts on these things. We're going to bring a lady on who knows about these things, and she's going to tell you what to do, right? Which is what, again, what they talk about. Hold on. Chickens. So I need to get a recording of my mom going, chickens? It's a running joke that's been in my family since I was a boy. I know, I still am. I get it. All right. Yes. So in this particular instance, I'm pretty sure there's more than 5 eggs in this situation, but I can't be sure. All right. Now, that's a lot of chickens. Chickens. America, this is the, well, let's just watch it. Fuck me. I'm just going to keep chattering through this, aren't I?
Bird flu spreading across America, reducing the egg supply and causing their prices to skyrocket. While the Centers for Disease...
Fuck you guys. This is what happened last time. Now this is the story on Fox. This is the fucking story on Fox. Why did I become a chicken right at that moment? And this has been why egg prices have been fluctuating or going up over the last couple of years, period. But now Fox News is doing an entire, look at this. Now they're talking about, now a warning, since February 2022, 138 million birds infected with bird flu. Now they're doing fucking stories about it. Before it was because gas prices or some shit. Now they're like, I don't know if you've heard about this avian flu thing. Motherfucker.
Control says it doesn't look like there's any risk to the public. 68 people have been confirmed sick, and one
but they're not public people. These were private people, and
of those patients died. Let's bring in Dr. Masa Tehrani, a board-certified rheumatologist. So there's...
excuse me, I don't need no expert on expert. I'm going to do my own research, and I don't have to worry about it. I have Safeguard, your horse butt syringe full of farbendazole, It has a lubricated tip for my entry pleasure. I don't need no rheumatologist telling me what to put in my rectum that I can buy at a veterinary clinic for pennies on the dollar. I have a friend, 68 of them actually, who went to a veterinary store where we all picked these up, and they all got bird flu. But 2 of them died. They just didn't get, the problem was they didn't get home in time enough to stick this up their butt and go, okay.
So many effects from the bird flu, particularly look at this on egg prices. Back at the beginning of
God damn, I hate these assholes.
December, eggs were $3.93 a gallon.
They were. Wow, that's a lot. You could get a gallon of eggs. That's a lot of eggs. That's way more than
5 eggs.
All right. $3.93 a gallon. Okay, sure. Is that with or without the shells? How do you get them in the tank? Just thook. What are you doing? Filling up my car. Right now it's cheaper than gas. What an asshole.
Yesterday, a dozen. Now they're
a dozen gallon. What's the difference?
They're $8.11 a dozen.
Thanks, Trump.
Concerns about dairy cows being infected and whether the milk supply is safe. And as we pointed out, 68 cases in 11.
Yeah, especially if you're going to start drinking raw milk, I guess. Unpasteurized milk might be maybe not a. It's not so much a great idea to. All right.
States among human beings with 1 death. What are you thinking about all this?
First of all, I want my egg prices back down again. The eggs are so...
You mean, oh yeah, you mean what they were under Biden while they were managing it and everybody was saying it was far too fucking much?
Healthy, it's in our diets, and now we have to have some limitations on buying them. So what I think is, there's no cause for an alarm to, to panic right now, but we have to be vigilant. With bird flu, there are a few red flags that we have to take into consideration.
Yes, if at any point you start doing this, you might want to check yourself into a cemetery.
One is just the geographic distribution all over the U.S., all over the world. We're seeing it in not just 1 or 2 states. And then it's the duration. It's been ongoing for a little bit too long now.
She's great. They should bring her back. I feel so much safer with her explanation.
We're also the jump from the birds to mammals is another concern. And then finally, this newer case, they had newer mutations. So when you look at
it's like they took the people that are on MSNBC that talk about these things, that know what the fuck they're talking about, and they mixed them with the and also Iraq girl. Bless her heart.
All of this as a whole, it does concern me for the potential for a pandemic. And so we have to be.
I don't know if I can get through this one. Fucking now you give it now you're worried about a fucking pandemic. Now that's the concern. Now that's a real thing. Now pandemics are a real thing. There's a chance that one of these things could, you motherfuckers. Okay. Yeah. Democrats bring that up all last year, and suddenly it's a fucking conspiracy with the World Economic Forum to depopulate the fucking earth. And now it's just like, I don't know if you heard anything about this whole fucking chicken thing. Jesus.
Just, exert some caution. How do we do that? Obviously, hand washing is so important, right?
Absolutely. Hand wash your eggs. I do. I really do.
We have to do that. I think that, I was thinking about petting zoos, which we take our...
Who doesn't? Yeah. Big thing at the petting zoo is chickens. Yeah. Gotta love the, I mean, it really wouldn't be a petting zoo without chickens.
Kids there, maybe avoiding petting zoos for a few.
Fuck you. Oh my God. Fuck. This is your answer. This is your fucking eggs are gonna be fucking $15 a dozen, and this asshole is like, maybe avoid petting zoos. Fucking shut the fuck up. What the fuck? Fucking shit. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my. I'm gonna snap. This is just. That's your advice. Okay. Hey, New York. Avoid petting zoos for a while. LA, San Francisco, Washington. Yeah. Just call ahead if you're going to a petting zoo in the middle of winter and ask them if they've got fucking chickens or not. Motherfucker. Avoid petting zoos right now. You don't want your kid be, patient zero.
Weeks or few months. Obviously, farmers have.
Yeah, you mean during winter? Probably not a big. I don't know what the fucking tourist season on petting zoos is, but probably right now, probably not. Fucking February. Want to go pet the animals with gloves on? Sure, it's not quite the same thing. Jesus.
Have to use protective clothing when they're in contact.
Yes, and always wear rubber gloves when you go to a petting zoo. You won't look like a freak at all. What are you doing? Just practicing safe pet.
Back with these animals, and then avoiding raw milk. Yeah. I think that.
Oh, God damn it. Fox News. Okay. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. This is so good. Can you, because here's the thing. You and I were watching this and we're like, what a bunch of assholes and whatever. But you know that they're like, a big portion of like RFK maggots who are like, what? Just leaping off their fucking trailer couch right now going, bullshit, that'll save you right from the cow's tit. Just nyop.
Unpasteurized milk, unpasteurized cheeses, that's actually.
Oh, shit. I mean, it's so good, isn't it? It's so good.
Actually very dangerous. And
okay. These amazing. This is fucking amazing. This is, you know what I think is gonna happen, and this, don't quote me on this because it would take a fucking miracle, but I swear to God, the actual responsibility for human life is going to turn a bunch of Republicans into Democrats. They're not going to rename themselves. They're not going to be honest about it, but they're going to start asking like for the same protections and like creating the same systems that existed that Democrats always advocate for. But they're like, oh shit, we might might want to need to give some more funding to the FDA. Make sure we have plenty of inspectors. Like, you think? I mean, this sounds like if you took a regular middle of the day segment on MSNBC and hit everybody on the panel in the head with a 2x4 and then said, go.
And the flu shot, I was going to mention this.
Oh, all right. Now, you're kidding. What the? It just doesn't stop, does it? It just doesn't stop. These motherfuckers. What? All right, Jesus. Okay. This is insane. This is fucking amazing.
It's not going to directly prevent bird flu, but let's say you get the flu and simultaneously you're co-infected with bird flu. Well,
this is high math on Fox News. I don't know if they're going to be able to grasp this. Okay, wouldn't the American flu kick the shit out of that bird flu, man? Know what I'm saying? Like I get the American flu. American flu killing everything since 2025. And then just fucking American flu just chokes the chicken flu birth. Never mind.
what happens is these viruses love to play with one another and they shuffle. And what happens is the bird flu virus will develop the mutations that it needs to spread from human to human. If that happens, that's potentially the start of a pandemic.
I'm not worried about my lung capacity buckling. I'm just getting the bird flu shuffling. My name is Chicken. I'm finger licking. I make you sicken. Leave you at the store. Don't drink raw milk, or your people of your ilk will get so sick that they'll die like Diamond.
5 eggs.
All right.
We want to avoid that.
Well, we saw what happened 5 years ago when a
Fuck you, dude.
virus took on a mutation that made it transmissible among humans. So because of so much respiratory...
I'm sorry. What virus would you be talking about? COVID, you mean? Now it's real. Now it's just real. Now it's real. Okay.
illness, whether it's RSV, whether it's COVID, or whether it's just the flu. The University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, which serves millions of patients.
Yeah, you mean one of those universities that just had its funding cut by the NIH cuts that Elon Musk did, you dumbass?
Has reinstated mask mandates as of today.
Well, that's probably part of their DEI training.
Kind of takes us back to the bad old days of COVID. But is that a prudent thing, do you think, to do?
You know, John, I certainly don't want to see mask mandates back again. I don't think anyone wants to see them. But the reality is we are seeing the...
Oh, but the reality is you can't use that word on Fox. I mean, that's their version of the R word.
highest rates of flu cases in the past 15 years. And I think in the right setting, judiciously, it makes sense. They certainly can't cause any harm. In the health center,
They certainly can't cause any harm. What a difference 3 weeks makes.
and emergency rooms and hospitals, we have a lot of vulnerable populations. We have pregnant patients, cancer patients, patients with heart and lung diseases. And these vulnerable patients, if they do get the infection, then they are at higher risk of developing further complications.
I'm dead serious. Like that's what the responsibility for actually doing these things is just going to turn a bunch of these assholes into Democrats. Like this sounds like a segment right out of any off of CNN or MSNBC, which they think is apocryphal horrors of pandemic control by the World Economic Forum, and Klaus Schwab probably wrote this himself with George Soros giving him notes, right? Shit.
Patients like pneumonia and ICU stays. So in select populations, I think it makes sense. In my practice, I haven't implemented it yet. I don't plan on doing it. I did wear a mask a few weeks ago when I was sick, but I'm leaving that as a voluntary decision for patients.
All right, well, hopefully we won't all be back to wearing masks again. But, in a setting where you have so many sick people and so many vulnerable people on this.
I mean, honestly, like they're so close. Yeah, right. Where have I heard this before? All right. This is stunning. Like, just the blind idiocy of this whole fucking thing. We brought on an expert to tell you guys that masks aren't a bad idea, especially when there's a contagious disease going around, and we're worried about a disease that could leap to humans or leap to mammals from another animal, and that could raise the possibility that it spreads through the public, and it's very dangerous, and there could be another pandemic if we're not careful. Again, this story, if it was on MSNBC, like this same network and all of its ancillary barnacle shitheads like Newsmax and all these other sites would run stories for weeks about how they're planning on attacking us again, and the Democrats are, I don't know, coordinating a new pandemic to undermine Trump's America First policies. On the one hand, I gotta say, it is very it's reassuring to see that these folks are acting like adults. The hypocrisy of it, we put that aside for a second. I find it totally disgusting and ridiculous. But that they're doing it and that maybe their ears are open to the idea is extraordinary. We'll see if they get trounced for it. They probably will, at least on social media. But I bet a bunch of the old folks that watch Fox News are like, holy fuck, I'm going to die. Yeah, CSL, right, truly amazing. Facts will smack you in the fucking head. They can't avoid reality forever and survive. I know. Incredible that these guys are like suddenly like, hey, maybe there's something to this whole like illnesses spread thing. No shit, assholes. Mask up if you're around somebody in your family that's got a respiratory disease, even if they're not aware of it. You know, the ones that smoke, those are the ones that you could kill with the flu. Stupid. If you want them to live, I guess maybe this is your passive way of getting rid of an annoying relative. But good Lord. Ugh, it's just so stupid.